Hello once again, friends, and a good Dark Soul to you all. I still have a bit of an itch in my bones. A bug, so to speak, that will go away with time, plenty of fluids, and a playthrough of Dark Souls 3. So we're going to keep doing that. Right. Gonna mess with some sound settings real quick. I think that should be good. I'm gonna warp right back to the foot of the high wall. And pick up right where we left off. Dropped off here by the demonic messengers of Londor, who seem to be quite a long way from home. Huh, it's an item. It's a item. Good. One cannot be blamed for neglecting proper article usage when the fire is fading. What say we explore this Undead Settlement? We still have Loretta's ring to give from Greatsword the Thief. If we can catch these dogs a little by surprise. Just wait. Luckily they will continue to take out the undead around here before focusing on you. Gonna get a little sneaky here. That's because we got some more doggos. And I don't need them running around anymore. So if you recall the intro cutscene from the last episode, you will remember these pilgrims on their way to Lothric. Turns out this is as far as most of them made it.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles.
But it may be that one yet lives.
Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe. To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor, a pilgrim as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use.
Well, we are running a bit of sorcery in this build, and it's probably preferable to leaving him out here with the corpses of his brethren, so sure.
Oh, I am honored. Truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
Well, that is yet another soul that we have taken into our service. We will actually see him back at Firelink Shrine. Regrettably, we will not be completing his quest line on this run because I have a very specific progression line that I'm going to follow, which will entail a certain specific ending to this game. Unfortunately, that precludes a little bit of Yoel's quest line. Oh. We've got a giant archer up here. Perhaps in the vein of our good buddy Goff from Dark Souls 1. It's a little hard to see what he's shooting at from here, but I'm sure we will acquire more knowledge. It very nearly sounded like a Wilhelm scream out of him. So when we came down here, these villagers had shut the gate and sicked their dogs on the poor undead souls outside. So obviously everything is going great here. It's a cultural haven, as it were. Not to worry. That was not our buddy Greatsword. There are many other thieves hanging about. Luckily in this game, and they did this in 2 as well, below my weapon in the bottom left corner, you can see there's a red bar spanning the length of the picture. And that just shows you how much durability the weapon still has. You don't have to go to a menu to find it. It's a little quality of life thing. Found a way that the S-stock might be a bit lacking. That is when you're fighting somebody who is scurrying across the ground. Try as I might, it is difficult to hit them. And that's not a good sign. Her name was Loretta. Unfortunately, Grey Rat will not be entirely pleased. But we did what we could. She at least doesn't have to be strung up anymore. Little explosive action in this area. He flew pretty good. Luckily, your presence does not immediately trigger everyone in this area. But it does eventually all together. Preacher over there is not necessarily to be trifled with right now. Yep. Just gonna die. Just gonna die. Got what I came for, though. That was indeed an Estus shard at the base of that tree. Which is now mine. Again, we did retrieve... Okay. Bone as well. We're gonna give it a minute before we return to Grey Rat with that. To be honest, it would be pretty nice to be able to avoid this encounter altogether. And perhaps we can. Hello. Let's see you there. But you got your turn as well. Has been sleeping on the job. Yes, Spook is very handy to have around. Just as a utility spell. Helps you get through some fairly difficult places. Without provoking the ire of everyone. The guy up there. Just so as everybody knows. Do I want to press forward? It's not a tremendous deal either way. Did he fall down? He did fall down. Don't know what he's doing now. Oh, back to blow darts. Yeah, we may have to find a healthy alternative to the ass-stock before too long. Yeet! Yeet! More than anything, I really just didn't want them to blow those barrels up. So I did it for them. Why have I come down here, you may ask? To admire the view, of course. There's also a bonfire in here, which is fairly handy. I think I may have mentioned in the last video that there were some scrapped mechanics that were going to involve bonfires early in development for this game. And some of those mechanics had to do with the fact that you were going to be able to place bonfires around the world. I don't know if you were, I think you were meant to get more of the coiled swords, like you got at the beginning, before that became just kind of a one-time event. You're supposed to get more coiled swords, and I believe, excuse me, to be able to kind of plant them in specific areas around the world. But as a result of that being scrapped, I think they kind of had to end up putting a few more bonfires where they could, perhaps on behalf of people. For the moment, I will speak to this caged man.
Aha! Unkindled, are we? Welcome to my abode. I am Cornix, an old pyromancer. A crow in his cage, as you see now. But here we are, an encounter for the ages. I hear the unkindled make for fine vessels. Care to learn some pyromancies from this old man?
Well, in service to the legacy of pyromancy we had in the first game, sure.
Most wise. A chance encounter should not be squandered. To reiterate, I am Cornix of the Great Swamp. The pleasure is mine.
So we have yet another guest who will be joining us in Firelink Shrine. We're gonna have a bit of a time of it here in just a moment. Yep. For this large man has seen us. He likes to snappy snappy. Luckily he's somewhat predictable. Surprisingly, he actually didn't throw his bowl at us. Sometimes they will. But not today. Now, if I recall, and I might not, there should be a pretty simple way down to another bonfire. A way in which I will be able to avoid a good amount of conflict. I think I have found that way. Just a few rat boys. Surprised that didn't kill them. Oh, but wait. We are not done. Firebombs are a pretty nice utility in this game. Right, we got another ring out of that encounter. Gonna go ahead and put that on. Give us some bleed resistance. By opening this door, we have also opened the way to a bonfire that's actually over here, not over there. Take a little rest. Don't yet have enough souls to level up, so I'm not going to worry about that. There are a few items up this way that I could go get. Usually we tackle this area coming from the opposite direction. So this will be a bit different. I don't often go this way. We can give it a try. Means I don't have to tussle with him yet. This will bring us back to that open courtyard area where we got our last Estus shard. A little collar. There's another preacher up here. They really are everywhere out here. Spreading what I assume they would call some gospel of some kind. Mostly I am avoiding their bugs. I track you real hard. Did create a mechanic wherein rolling stagger some enemies. Oh. Oh, okay. Yep. There's a dimension where certain attacks in this game come at you maybe a little quicker than they should. Maybe a little bit like that one. Alright, well. Alright, hit her. Woo. that happened, and I'm out of Estus. But I have passed the worst of this. Do not prove me wrong. Yeah, and like I say, that just kind of connects back to where we were before, the area where we found Loretta's bone, so don't really feel I was going to jump up there, but that's not going to happen either. I'm going to heal. So I have a bit of a frog in my throat for the moment. I believe I muted my mic for that, so apologize if that was not so. If that was not the case, then OBS lied to me. And he is done as well. No items. And if I'm correct, and I believe I am, this area is the reason we got the young white branch. The branch of a white birch received from somebody. Apparently this was once a token of friendship. Use it to become something that blends in with surroundings. Though the branch will unfortunately be consumed. Perhaps treasuring the memory is more important. So we took that as our burial gift, mainly for the promise of the token of friendship. Because that token will allow us to walk these areas here unmolested. I believe. Yes. It's not entirely apparent now, because we have not visited him yet. But the giant up there would fire arrows at us as well, if we did not have this item. A little bit of foreknowledge coming into the game. Because he is absolutely demolishing everyone right now. What's even better is we can bait out more of them. Maybe. If they realize what happened. Hello, sir. Red Eyes Black Dragon. No, don't return. Come play with us. Thank you, sir. Woo! Goodbye, sweet prince. That Rocket's people needed him. I say rocket when it was a great arrow, but it flew like a rocket. There's another thiefy boy up here. Okay, yeah, he has the big sword, of course. Okay. Yeah. Here's our cleric set. Not a whole lot to interest us in it. Though, for fashion's sake, I remove my assassin's hood. you can see my beautiful blue hair. But let's say we perhaps find a different weapon. Now, I know that the Great Scythe is not something I can use at the moment. So, we shall not. We will refrain. But it is good to have. And actually, with one Estus, be wary of Lord of Cinder, huh? Open this door. This opens out to the pathway that we went the other direction on, down in the rat sewer. For the moment, I'm going to return back to fire. We still have carvings in this game. Alright. So again, early game here. I tend to burn most of my souls as often as I can. And there are a few boss weapons I might get along the way, but the soul of Boreal Valley Vort will only yield items that I could not really use with this build. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop his
Welcome
soul
home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
I won't level
Very
up.
well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from...
Okay. So I know, well, that's about all I can do right now, isn't it? I believe I've mentioned that there is a specific item I'm going to try to be getting along the way, eventually. And that item requires certain amounts of, actually various stats, so I'm going to try here in the early game to at least get the minimum requirements for those before souls and levels are a much
Farewell,
greater
Ashen
commodity
One.
than they are now.
May the...
So I just need a couple hundred more souls to level up again, which is fine. Don't need that right now. But I do need a couple of more ancillary things.
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't it?
Gonna get another Estus.
Pretty big. I don't.
And our buddy Cornix is down here.
Ah, there you are, unkindled one. I wish to express my gratitude for trusting a lowly pyromancer and allowing me to gaze upon this majestic flame. As promised, I will impart pyromancies to you. But first, you'll need a flame of your own.
Aha! I forgot he gives us a free
Careful you don't
pyromancy
burn
flame.
yourself with it.
So yeah, pyromancies functions similarly to previous games, in that you can upgrade the flame itself alongside getting new items and such, spells I should say.
Do not be gone for long. What is a teacher without a pupil?
However, something that I do not appreciate as much is the fact that pyromancies now do scale with stats. So you need both faith and intelligence to scale them. So I just tend not to use them very much in Dark Souls 3, just a personal preference.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part, huh?
We're going to show him the fruits of our labor, however bleak they may be.
heavens. She was already dead. Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose. You can keep the ring as...
So that is some unfortunate
Goodbye.
news.
And stay safe. Oh, this place is...
So, he'll be dealing with that for a minute. But we have been truthful with him, which is important. I acquired another item before going as far as I did, and Mortician's Ashes. So this is some of that umbral ash that the handmaid spoke of.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service? Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
So yeah, she's got a few more things here in her coffers. Couple of decent items. Nothing much at the moment. I suppose I could get a soul arrow kind of thing. Perhaps later though. I think I can get them maybe for a little bit less price. Lower price. I'm gonna get this grave key, however, because that's new. It's a barred door leading from the sewer below Undead Settlement to a moist grave. The grave, which no longer receives visitors, was once a site of a statue of Velka, goddess of sin. It was believed to pardon wrongdoing and lift curses.
Ashen One.
We've been down there. Oh boy. Perfect. Perfect. So, here is our Estus. And where shall we go? Dilapidated bridge is a good bet. Since we've gotten that grave key, why not take it to where it can be used? And attack this rat. So we don't get ruined by them. Goodness gracious. Yep, that was saving me. Of course I just get stun locked into oblivion. Oh, thank you, Dark Souls. Being an assassin, unfortunately, means that you are not very beefy. Quite spongy, actually. Okay, wow. That was a leap. Which is why the fire bombs were so handy before. Why I probably should have used them there. But yeah, here is the statue of Velka he mentioned. Neat loincloth, I suppose. We have not sinned, and we are not cursed, so not much to do here. But we can keep plugging forward in another direction. Get a halberd, which is pretty nice. Again, I don't think we are quite stout enough to use yet. Can destroy some skelly-mans. we got an Estus back for our trouble. Forgot about you. Far too many of them down here. That is a good note. So that should probably be my next order of business after I get the stats I'll need for my weapon loadout. He's just beefing up. Getting some endurance. And some vitalitants. So I can chase down. Whoop. Well, sometimes they'll phase through rocks. Hopefully he fell through the world. Yep. And, died in the infinite void. Now that's a trap right there. I'm gonna spring it anyway. Okay, just keep swinging forever. There are a couple of enemies in this game that make you question whether or not they have to adhere to the same stamina rules that you do. They just keep on swinging for the fences. I'm actually going to be just quick. Because rats cannot climb ladders, and I don't believe that item is of much importance. I know that because sometimes I avoid this way entirely. A fair maiden.
Who is there? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me. The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me.
Touch.
Ah, yes, there you are. So close, indeed.
She's a blind maiden.
Then I am not entirely alone. Just yet. Praise the merciful gods above.
She can teach us to emote, though.
Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Karim. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then. I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead?
Well, sure.
Oh, thank you,
Better
sweet
than sitting
champion.
here in straw.
I
being
shall
nibbled
take my
by
vows.
creatures of darkness.
I, Irina of Karim, solemnly swear to serve you.
So yeah, she ventured out here from Karim with the intent of becoming a firekeeper. It appears she was not quite up to the task. She was not alone in that endeavor.
Another one of those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect. Now you've gone and rescued the wench. How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I'm Egon, a knight of Karim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Egon's not so bad.
What's the matter? My terms are very simple. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Alrighty. Pleasure speaking with you, sir. Let's see, we need a little RP walking again. Elevator's going up. And who might this be?
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... Well, that doesn't get me anywhere.
We have another Knight of Katarina. Unfortunately, facing a bit of a conundrum. A bit of some stuckness, as it were. This is not Siegmeyer, but Siegward. And yes, he is still a friend. So we're gonna help him out real quick. Pressing that switch brings the other lift down. So we're gonna show him how to ascend. He was right, as it turns out. The great arrows falling near the white birch are coming from this tower. And again, we have our branch of the white tree.
I help anytime.
So we've actually skipped a conversation you can have with this giant after you acquire a branch way down there at the white tree, where you can convince him to help you. He's just deciding to be helpful regardless, which is nice. But yeah, this is just a bit of a callback. The spirit of his forebearer Goff, alive and well. Take a bit of an alternative way down. You can roll off onto this little platform here. I'm gonna see if we can have ourselves a bit of a party. Buddy Siegward made it up.
Ah! Oh! Don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
Very good.
On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. Now, think twice before you go down that road. I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
As admirable as it is that our Katarina's buddy is trying to use his noodle for once, I think the old Katarina's spirit is the way to take care of this. Perhaps he will see that as well. Hey boy.
No! You should have waited! Well, I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
Not going well for me. Yep. Not good for me. Well, I thought I'd give it a try. Get weirdly, I don't know, I'd say both reckless and very precious about my Estus and stuff like that when I'm low. Trying to think the best place to start for that again. Might be here, unfortunately. Back way up into that. Well, we can try the cliff underside, see what happens. Like to be able to help our buddy out. Take care of this daemon. There could also be a bit of fashion in it for us. That hit me square. Good. Luckily, I don't need to engage with these fools. Simply get away. The red tearstone, or blue tearstone ring, in this instance, doing its job. Yep, see, my buddy Siegward is fine. I think I'm going to use this other ember. Healed up again. It's easier to jump down onto this from above than from coming up below. Does it say anything different?
I could try talking.
Nope. Anyway, we're going to try the exact same thing again. Insanity style. Hello, sir. Would you like to try again?
No!
I would.
You should have waited! It's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
Goodness gracious. Well, this endeavor. Now I will be without Ember. I think there's a realm that we can take this guy out. This was a little bit of the dilemma I had with, oh boy, dog's having a bad time. This was a little bit of the dilemma I was having with playing through Dark Souls 2, actually. You're just not going to move, are you? You're going to be stuck on the bridge the whole time. Good. Maybe they'll go in a second. I had wondered how effective it would be to try and play through Dark Souls 2 as kind of a walkthrough experience because, well, while I do enjoy the game quite a bit, I am not quite as practiced, you might say, with it as I am with the first game. So, you know, it makes you wonder how well you can guide people through a game that still gives you a bit of trouble from time to time. But we're here to have fun. We're here to play a video game. There was, of course, the risk of getting tilted at the game. Which 3 certainly does not do to me nearly as badly as 2 does. Which is another reason I decided to just kind of move right on to this one. Because for all of the things that do not exist in my favor in this game, there are 3 or 4 or 5 more in Dark Souls 2
Should have waited.
at a time.
Well, right now. I seek word of the Knights of Katarina. Fight by your side.
Maybe best to let him tank. Still good Every time they jump. Man. Getting cocky here. Or perhaps simply underestimating how squishy I am. You heard that? Okay, here we go. Alright. Everybody is already on their way. We're walking. And we're not getting in my way. This is good. This is good progress, everybody. This. This is working out pretty good. Those guys will often follow you all the way to the elevator. So basically just don't stop running until I get here. Now, we are progressing. I just gotta figure out a way to avoid that jumping attack. You know what, for now, probably couldn't hurt to have a little bit more armor. In this case, maybe no HP and 1 HP.
You should have waited. Well, it's too late now. I seek word of the Knights of Katarina. Fight by your side.
That's all. Third or fourth time's the charm. I forget which that was. Whew. I'm so glad you lived.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
Ah, some Siegbrow.
To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine.
He gives you the toasty
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
And he is right out. Like a true champion. Teaches me how to sleep, too. So yeah, that was our introduction to our buddy Siegbert. And we'll see much more of him as the game progresses. Found a large club. A couple bodies with some items on them. Pale tongue is a multiplayer item. Got northern armor here, which I don't know how much of that I could wear before it would over encumber me. It's actually not too much better either. Oh, that's about the same. You know, I'll put the northern trousers on. Keep my leggies warm. That's gonna be heavy, so I might stick to that. The rolling in this game functions similarly to Dark Souls 1, but not quite the same. But I think the ratio is if you go over 50% encumbrance, your rolling will be impaired. Really need what that is. Plus I have limited Estus at the moment. I want to be able to get past this little gauntlet here. Yeah. Follow me. Well, I'm glad that other dog just decided to short circuit, so to speak. That feels good. That chest is also a trap. I think there is a dark gem in it. But I'm not going to worry about it because I have better things to do. I'd like to be as sneaky as possible. Oh! How dare you? How dare you? Wow. I knew that was a possibility, but I just got offended. I got actually offended at that. Because she swung and attacked me straight through that wall. Thank you, Dark Souls. Having a few more thank you, Dark Souls moments in this one already than I did in the last game. Desire. It could happen again. It could happen again. Okay. Whew. Okay. Alright. We should be good now. Because we'll be doing a bit more falling. fact... okay, and just to make sure we don't take damage... Cool. We have found ourselves in a pretty decent fashion now. What I was hoping to get to, not to mention the Chloranthy ring. Very good little ring. Make our stamina go up pretty good. Yeah, we'll stick with it. We're gonna go full fashion for a little bit. Yeah. The Mira set. Now this is actually, I think it has a little bit of lore on it. Garb worn by the Mira Knights sent on journeys, this hard leather vest is bestowed only upon proven knights. They travel afar to fulfill their sacred duties, but few are ever able to deliver on their vows. So the Mira vest and armor was first seen in Dark Souls 2, and was worn by what might be one of my favorite NPCs from that game. A very cool character. Let's see here. What would be best? What would be best? We're a bit away from any bonfire. Only got 3 Estus, which is not ideal. We do have enough souls to level up. I might go ahead and bone out here. I think I'll pop these again. Get ourselves a healthy couple levels here. That's tasty.
Welcome, husband. Very well. Then take.
Alright, getting up to 14 endurance is good. Yeah. Unfortunately, these just don't give you a ton. Kinda do need a little bit more health right now. So that's something at least.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide.
I believe they will guide me. Yeah, Grey Red is in mourning.
Heavens, she was already dead.
He doesn't have much more to say at the moment.
Ah, well, Ned, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
You know, it's tough to say, Andre. It's tough to say. Might give ourselves a +2 S-stock.
Pretty be careful.
I'll be careful. Gonna try and do one more thing here. I believe this will be the best place to try it. I've danced around it a little bit, but there is a boss in this area. So why don't we go introduce ourselves? It's a pretty clear run-up, actually. This looks a bit like a boss arena, doesn't it? Let's just see what we've got. You're not a boss. You're not a boss. Either. Oh! There it is. rotted great wood. Let's see. Okay. We're not doing as much as we need to do right now. There are only a few spots where this boss can be hit. Okay, wow. This may not end up going well. I think those are rebalance. Turns out that one was okay. See how those hits can knock me down and not hurt me. Well, that's all my Estus. I'm not confident. Because this fight is not over. Because we fall. Now we have to deal with this. Very grabby at times. Goodness gracious, I did not expect that to go that way. Ooh, boy. Damn, boy. Ooh, I was actually worried about that one. But hey, Ember is restored. Got a few items here. Here's a covenant you can actually enter. I have no vertebra shackles to offer, so I will not be entering it. This is actually the final bonfire for this area. So on that note, I'm gonna return back to Firelink. It's making a pattern for some of these episodes, where we finish up an area, go back and count our spoils. Before I talk to the Firekeeper, I'm actually going to talk to Ludleth here, because we got a Transposing Kiln, which is from Corland, crafted and stitched with crystal lizard hide. Give to Ludleth, Lord of Cinder, to conduct soul transposition. This kiln can transpose twisted souls to craft special items with their concentrated essence, deemed forbidden by those unable to make proper use of it. So this...
Fret not. My feet are
this
here
is how we get boss
firmly
weapons.
planted. For I am a lord, and this is my throne. Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferreth to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
Nothing at all. But yeah, with this item, we can transpose boss souls into boss weapons. So yeah, this is Vort's hammer. That's what we would have gotten from him, had we not used his soul. We have some demon items. Ring. And from the rotted Greatwood that we just killed, we can get a sword, or a spear. Now, I do like the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. It is a very good Greatsword, but I'm not quite strong enough to use it yet. I'm not sure we're going to make a ton of use out of it. We'll see. I may level up here again real quick. See what I'd rather do.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then take...
Okay. And that's actually all I can do if I want to get myself set up for certain weapon usage later in the game. So I may stick to that for now. Like I say, it's good to get that out of the way.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Don't think I have very many other souls. The Hollow Slayer Greatsword up there is also a reference to that character I mentioned from Dark Souls 2. It's a pretty good weapon. It's good to cosplay if you want, but I don't believe that will be our fate. So we do have one thing we can level up. Should it be strength? Maybe I'll go ahead and give myself another bit of health. And so we're fairly rounded out at this point.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Thank you. So yeah, that is about all there is to do in the Undead Settlement. We've got a few more secrets to uncover, but for now, may leave us with the healthy knowledge that we have explored. I forgot something. Of course I did. Back to the bridge. There's one more item I'm going to acquire before we're done here. This also seems to be becoming a trend, where I forget something until the very last moment. Luckily, we still have our giant friend on our side. He could be so kind as to take care of them. Perhaps a couple more here in a moment. Actually gonna hopsky doodle over here. I forgot a very important item. That's this undead bone shard. take care of. Rogers and Hammerstone. We're going to take this undead bone shard back to Firelink. Some more endurance as the game progresses. And I shall have it at some point. But yes, undead bone shards are able to be cast into the shrine bonfire to boost the recovery provided by the Estus flask. The bonfire cinders are the bones of undead, and a bone that still burns is a fresh cinder indeed. Before feeding upon death, one must first pray to it. So this is what we use the Firekeeper souls for in Dark Souls 1. But you have to come back here to Firelink to use them. And they just make your Estus a little bit better. We got that nice little +1 down there. So yes, now we are officially ready to conclude our time for the moment here in Dark Souls 3. Thank you all again for joining me, and I will see ya in the next recording. Bye-bye.